Dear students, I have come with a new module, module 10, where I am going to explain journal proper. So already journal proper I have told you when I explained the subsidiary books. So we have covered sales book, sales returns book, purchases returns book. All that we have completed. Bills receivable and bills payable also we have completed. But I told you two subsidiary books I will be explaining later. So cash book I have completed now. And now the last subsidiary book remaining is journal proper. So module 10 is about journal proper, and journal proper I have divided into two modules. So this is the first module where I will explain opening entries and closing entries. And I am going to do 4 problems also. So 2 for opening entry and 2 for closing entry. This is a very simple module, and module 2 I will cover other books. So this is how I am going to explain. So journal proper, first part I am going to explain, where I am going to explain opening entries and closing entries, and 4 problems also we will do. So what is journal proper? So you have to remember that small business firms, they can record all the transactions in the journal because the transactions will be less. So they can record that. Whereas big firms, if they will do that, journal will be very voluminous. So I told you it will be difficult for one person to hold it also. So what they are doing to reduce the number of transactions in the journal, they are dividing the work into cash book, various subsidiary books. So that is how they, and some transactions like credit purchase of asset, some transactions credit purchase of assets or the opening entries what we are bringing, some closing entries. Closing entries transferring to trading account or profit and loss account, interest on capital, usually infrequent transactions, loss by fire or loss by theft. All this we are recording in the journal proper. So that is the importance of journal proper. So this main thing you have to remember, these are infrequent transactions. It is not repeated again and again. Loss by fire, loss by theft, interest on capital. These are all charged once in a while, not always. And one more thing, other names used for journal proper are miscellaneous journal or journal, general journal. Miscellaneous journal or general journal. That meaning wherever you can include into specific heads like sales subsidiary book or purchases subsidiary book, we will include those items there. Whereas these are miscellaneous items which you cannot include anywhere. So these are the ones we are calling it as the miscellaneous journal or general journal. Now the definition, if you see, journal proper can be defined as the book of original entry which is used to record those transactions that cannot be entered in other subsidiary books. I told you if it's related to sales, sales returns, purchases, purchase returns, cash, we have specific subsidiary books for that. Whereas this journal proper, which you cannot include in the specific subsidiary books, are coming in the journal proper. Now journal proper transactions, 7 types of transactions are there. 5 transactions I am going to include in these 2 modules. Other 2 I am going to explain as separate topics. One is rectification of errors. Second one is dishonor of bill. Dishonor and endorsement of bill, I am going to do it separately because bill of exchange is a separate topic. Rectification of errors is a separate topic. So first 2 opening entries and closing entries I will cover in this. Other 3 entries I will explain in the second part. So like that we will complete 5. Now what are the 7 type of transactions entered in the journal proper? One is opening entry, second is closing entry, third is adjusting entry, transfer entry, rectification entry, entries for dishonor and endorsement of bill, and miscellaneous transactions. So now what is opening entry? Opening entries are passed either when a businessman starts a business. We have seen problems like that. Mohan started business with capital 1 lakh. So that is an explanation for a person starting the business. Second one is in the case of a going concern. We have done problems like that. So many assets are there, so many liabilities are there. Capital value will be missing. So capital value will be the balancing figure. So here, in the case of a going concern, in the beginning of every year, we will bring forward various assets and liabilities, and assets minus liabilities will be the capital. So capital also we will bring into account. Now first problem I am going to do. Mrs. Shrija started business on 1st January 2020 with the following assets. Cash 1 lakh, buildings 2 lakh, goods rupees 60,000. Goods meaning its stock. Furniture 40,000 and machinery 1 lakh. Pass the opening journal entry. So we will see how they will pass the opening journal entry. So the assets, what all the assets? Cash account debtor 1 lakh, buildings account debtor 2 lakh, stock account debtor 60,000, furniture account debtor 40,000, machinery account debtor 1 lakh, to capital account. So capital is not mentioned. So these assets represents her capital. So to capital account within bracket balancing figure 5 lakhs. So various assets being the various assets brought in by the proprietor to start the business, and capital is brought into account. So this is the purpose of opening journal entry. The capital has come into the books of accounts. Similarly, what all opening assets she has brought, like cash, buildings, stock, furniture and machinery. Now the second problem, it's a balance sheet. So balance sheet of Messrs S and Company as on 31/3/2020 was as follows. Pass the opening journal entry. So this is assets on the asset side, liabilities on the liability side. So we have to write the opening journal entry. Liability side, bank overdraft 60,000, bills payable 39,000, creditors 57,000, capital 78,000. On the asset side, cash in hand 45,000, cash at bank 39,000, stock 48,000, debtors 54,000, bills receivable 36,000 and furniture 12,000. Now we will see how we will write the opening journal entry. So various assets, cash in hand account debtor 45,000, cash at bank account debtor 39,000, stock account debtor 48,000, debtors account debtor 54,000, bills receivable account debtor 36,000, furniture account debtor 12,000, to bank overdraft 60,000, to bills payable account 39,000, to creditors account 59,000, to capital account 78,000, being the opening balances. So capital was also we are bringing into the opening entry. So assets are there, liabilities are there, capital also is mentioned in the balance sheet. So we are writing the journal entry. These are the different assets, liabilities and capital on the opening day of the year 2020 April 1st. So being the opening balances of various assets and liabilities brought into account from the previous year. Now we are going to talk about the second topic, closing entries. Opening entries are for recording the opening items. Closing entries are recording various transactions to the either trading account, profit and loss account or capital. So you have to remember that ledger accounts of various expenses and incomes are not balanced at the end of each accounting period. What they do, they are transferring it to trading account. See, purchases, carriage inwards, freight, all the sales returns, everything we will carry to trading account. Whereas if it's advertising expenses, salaries, rent, carriage outwards, all this we will take it to the profit and loss account. So some expenses like sales returns, purchases, purchase returns, etc. are transferred to trading account. Whereas depreciation, advertisement, etc. are transferred to profit and loss account. Now, gross profit or loss is transferred to profit and loss account. You know that from the trading account, whatever gross profit we will get, we will transfer it to profit and loss account. Now, net profit is transferred to capital account. From the profit and loss account, whatever net profit we will transfer it to capital account. Now, entries that are made for transferring the above mentioned items to the trading account and profit and loss account or capital account are called the closing entries. So opening entries are for opening the account and closing entries are for closing the account by transferring to trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet and capital. Now the third problem we are going to do, give the closing entries for the following transactions. In the books of Mr. Matthew as on 31/3/2020, gross profit rupees 1,08,000 to be transferred to profit and loss account. Net profit rupees 68,000 to be transferred to capital account. Goods withdrawn by the proprietor, that is drawings, rupees 5,000 for personal use to be transferred to drawings account. So we will see how we will do these transactions. Journal entries in the books of Mr. Matthew. First one is trading account debtor 1,08,000 to profit and loss account 1,08,000. So that is trading account balance is transferred to profit and loss account. Now the profit and loss account balance 68,000 is transferred to capital account. That is profit and loss account debtor to capital account 68,000. Next is drawings. So drawings will affect the capital. So drawings account debtor to purchases account. So drawings is also writing in the closing entry. So that is 5,000. So being goods withdrawn by the proprietor for personal use, that is also we are entering in the closing entry. Now the problem 4, the last problem. Pass the closing entries for the following transactions in the books of Mrs. Mary as on 31/3/2020. Commission received rupees 3,000 to be transferred to profit and loss account. Opening stock rupees 30,000. Net purchases rupees 10,000. Carriage inwards rupees 2,000. And wages rupees 1,000 to be transferred to trading account. We know that these are the items for the trading account. Net sales rupees 45,000 and closing stock rupees 5,000 are to be transferred to trading account. Similarly, office expenses rupees 3,000, advertising expenses rupees 25,000 and insurance prepaid rupees 1,000 to be transferred to profit and loss account. Now the entries, first entry is commission received, account debted to profit and loss account. See, when we were doing the journal entry also, I made it very clear, commission received and commission paid, that are to be written, mentioned as separate entries because there are different treatments. So that is commission received account 3,000 to profit and loss account 3,000. Next is various items for the trading account. Trading account debtor 43,000 to opening stock account 30,000 to purchases account 10,000 to carriage inwards account 2,000 to wages account 1,000. So these items are transferred to trading account. Next is sales account debtor 45,000, closing stock account debtor 5,000 to trading account 50,000. So the balance of sales and closing stock transferred to trading account. Next is profit and loss account debtor 29,000 to office expenses 3,000 to advertising 25,000 to insurance premium 1,000. So these expenses are transferred to profit and loss account. So this is what I want to explain with this module. So this opening entries and closing entries we have explained and we have worked out 4 problems also. This is very simple. Opening entries you have to remember either at the time of starting the business or an existing business when it's going to the next accounting year, we are passing the opening entries. Closing entries for either for transferring the ledger balances to the trading account, profit and loss account or capital. We are entering the closing entries. So this is what I want to explain with this module. So you have to encourage me with your feedback. You have to subscribe to the channel and see all the link and learn from the beginning. So I am making learning accounts is made simple. So happy learning with Dr. Alice Mani. Thank you and subscribe and promote my channel. Thank you.